Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. It is that time once again for me to share watches and watch brands that are actually new to me, and maybe are new to you as well. For each brand that I'll be discussing tonight, we'll be looking at 2 or 3 different watches that they produce. So let us begin. Before I begin going down the list, I need to apologize upfront for all of the mispronunciation that is going to happen during this video. The first brand that I have on my list is Semper AdHuc, and the first watch by the brand is the Instantané LIP, which retails for about $2,400. The Instantané is a great minimalist piece, elegant and unique. The movement inside this watch is a 50-year-old French movement. This piece marks a step closer to a fully French-made watch. Its hands, dial, case, and movement are all designed and created in France. The dial is simple and brilliant. It is a two-hander, no-date watch. The hands are simple stick hands with no counterbalance to speak of. There is an hours track inset from the edge of the dial, with small minute indices on the inside of the track in a great pink highlight color. The branding is unique, wrapping around the center of the dial. Above the 6 o'clock indicator is LIP, and at the very bottom of the dial is the text Atelier Français. The specifications on this watch are: the movement inside is an LIP R100. This is a hand-winding movement with 36 hours of power reserve. The case is 316L stainless steel. The case size is 37 millimeters. The case height is 8 millimeters. And the lug-to-lug is 44.5 millimeters. The lug width is 18 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire. And the water resistance is 30 meters. Sadly, this particular piece is all sold out, so I imagine it would be very tough to track one down. The next watch by the brand is the Inopine Originale, which sells for about $1,900. The Inopine is a unique, rounded rectangular shaped watch. I love the unique aesthetics of this watch. It is a hybrid of a tank style watch and a round one. It is elegant and dressy, yet it comes off as slightly abstract due to the inset minutes track and its odd number hour indices on the outside of the track. All of the minute markers are on the inside of the rounded rectangle track itself. The hands are simple stick hands with no counterbalance, very Bauhaus in style. The watch is also a no-date two-hander. I absolutely love the aesthetics that this brand goes with, and the proportions are so classy. They also make a square-shaped watch, so if you like this brand, be sure to check that one out as well. This piece is very flexible, with options available upon ordering it, such as left or right-handed crown, bracelet length, additional straps, and engraving. For the specifications on this watch, the movement inside of it is a Swiss AS1012. This is a hand-winding movement with 36 hours of power reserve. The case is 316L stainless steel. The case size is 37 millimeters. The case height is 8 millimeters. It has a lug-to-lug of 44.5 millimeters. The lug width is 18 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire and it has a 30 meters of water resistance. The delivery for this watch is January 31st, 2022. The next brand on my list actually isn't new to me. Some of you out there have brought it to my attention. However, I haven't been able to dig into their pieces until very recently, and that brand is Rotary. Rotary offers some pretty amazing looking watches for right around $300. True, they do have some busy skeletonized dialed pieces that come in at 42 millimeters, but there are a lot of classy sized, classy designed pieces, and we're going to look at some of those tonight. The first watch we're going to be looking at tonight is the Rotary Heritage Automatic, which sells for about $319. I love the sector dial on this piece. It is a 40mm watch, so it is nicely proportioned. It is a no-date 3-hander watch. The hands are great, and the cream-colored dial just looks brilliant. It has a railroad-style minutes track around the edge of the dial, and the sector lines are nice and uninterrupted. The branding is a great-looking curving rotary with the logo beneath it. As for the specifications on this watch, the movement inside this watch is an automatic movement, however I'm not sure exactly what it is. The case is stainless steel, the case size is 40mm, the case height is 12.8mm, so it's a little bit tall. The crystal is mineral, and it has a water resistance of 50 meters, so a little bit more water resistance than you usually see in a dress watch. And this design is limited to 300 pieces. The next watch we'll be looking at is the Rotary Cambridge, which sells for about $239. The Cambridge is a nice tank-style dress watch. So classy, it just looks great. It does have a date window above the 6 o'clock, however it's nice and subtle, so I think it works with this design. This watch has great-looking Roman numeral hour indices. It has a railroad-style minutes track around the edge of the dial. The hands are simple stick hands with no counterbalance. The branding is nice and minimal, with the curving rotary just below the 12 o'clock. Above the 6 o'clock is the word Cambridge. As for the specifications on this watch, the movement is quartz, but again I'm not sure what's in this. The case is stainless steel. The case size is 28.5mm. The case height is 7mm, so nice and thin. The crystal is sapphire, which is just great. The lug width, I believe, is 22mm. And it has a water resistance of 50 meters. I think at some point I may need to add one of these to the collection because this is just brilliant looking and the price is right. I'll definitely have to feature it in a future tank-style dress watch video. The last rotary watch that we'll be looking at is the Canterbury, which sells for around $199. The Canterbury is such an amazing looking dress watch. The lugs curve in, giving them an almost wire lug appearance. The hands are a super elegant Breguet style. It is a sub-seconds, no-date watch. It absolutely nails the classy dress watch aesthetics that brands like Tissot try for and somewhat miss, being larger and with a date window, as well as being a bit thick for the style. This watch is thin and classy in dimensions and does not have a date window. And it features a water resistance like its other pieces that are slightly more than what you typically see in dress watches. As for the specifications on this watch, the movement inside of it is another mystery quartz movement. The case is stainless steel, the case size is 38mm, the case height is 7.6mm, it has a sapphire crystal and a water resistance of 50 meters. I would love to add one of these to the collection as well. Such a classy style dress watch. The last brand on my list is also a brand that isn't terribly new to me. However, once again, I haven't really dug into their pieces until just the other night. And that brand is Fears Brunswick. Currently, there's one style available in numerous variants. These are solidly within the luxury watch price point. The one piece that I found on their site with different color variants is the Brunswick, which sells for about $39,000. This is a classically proportioned cushion-cased watch. It features stick hands and a sub-seconds complication with no date. The gray dial borrows from tuxedo-dialed watches, but with its own unique design. It features large, Arabic, even hour indices. There's a railroad-style minutes track around the edge of the dial. In the gray variant, inside this track is a circular section of the dial that is lighter than the rest of the dial. They offer a gray, white, blue, and salmon colored dial. As for the specifications on the Fears Brunswick, the movement inside is an ETA 7001. The case is platinum, the case size is 38 millimeters, the lug width is 20 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire, and it has a water resistance of 30 meters. So there you have it, 3 amazing watch brands and the awesome pieces that they produce. And these brands cover a multitude of different price points. Thanks for watching.